Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. A mecca for those seeking the limit of speed. And this weekend, the site of the HSR Daytona 24-Hour Classic. And it starts now.
As a driver racing sports cars in North America, Daytona 24 Hours is one of the biggest events we have on the calendar. So HSR to run the Classic 24 is a great opportunity, whether you're planning to get into that 24 Hours Daytona or just enjoy the ambiance and all of the classic hardware here. Daytona is always a special place to come and visit. With the Porsche coming to Daytona, this is actually our first time hitting the track with our GT4 car. For us, this is a program that we want to use with TWOtheFront to start really pushing into the IMSA paddock and doing more competitive or pro-am level racing around North America. The starting of the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge is at Daytona as part of that Rolex 24 weekend. So the first place you want to really go and test and make sure you're going to be strong is at Daytona.
The only thing I really care about is getting ready for Dakota, and how the car performs Dakota. That's what we're using this for. And the man himself is feeling comfortable in the car. So that's a big thing for me. Yeah, here to have fun, get better.
For us with the Porsche, similar to the way we ran the LMP3 last year, this is an exploratory race weekend. Fun, make sure the car is safe, and start really making progress on our setups throughout the entire weekend. Khalid loves this track. He's been with us here with the TCR for a few years now. So now jumping into that GT4, getting a little bit quicker, just getting him acclimated with the track in that car, and again, getting our setups cut down. And when it comes to the Classic 24 Hour, you actually get 4 one-hour races over the course of 24 hours. They're spread about 6 hours apart. So as you race each of those 4 hours, it's an accumulative time. So if, let's say, you're down a lap after the first race, you start that next race down a lap. Or if it's only a 20-second gap, you want to consider that. So even though you start at the same time in the next race, you have that delta that you need to make up throughout the race. So it's a unique competition for people. We really have to be strategic in thinking about it, but at the end of the day, it's fairly relaxed. It's just a great opportunity to get a ton of seat time here in all different times of day and environments.
And the GT4 isn't the only car Tooth brought.
On the LMP3 side, this is our second time back with our Ligier 315 car. Last year, similar to the Porsche, we were here just to learn, bring in as much information as possible, make sure that car is safe, and start making progress on our setups. Now coming back, it's a very different landscape. This time last year, we didn't have a prototype challenge yet. Coming back a year later, now we're in the prototype challenge, we're leading the championship, so the pressure on us is a little bit different. We want to come to be fast and really get those results. We're currently leading the championship. We've got 2 races left. So Daytona is a critical one to try to extend our lead a little bit, make sure we have a bit of breathing room as we go to Sebring for the final round. From a performance perspective, we're really happy with Ligier. I think we've made a lot of progress throughout the season. Tobi's got a lot more comfortable in that car as well. So rather than initial feeling and trying to get used to the car, now we're hitting the ground running, trying to make progress. So I'm really happy, even with the adjustment to the bus stop slowing us down a little bit this year. We're already a couple seconds lap faster than we were last year and have clear sights on going a couple more seconds still as we continue to make progress with our steps.
The right side splitter support cable anchors pulled out of the carbon. The splitter's got quite a bit of age on it. This side failed at Atlanta, but obviously a new track, so the other side's going to fail. So getting ready to swap the splitter, still ready for tomorrow.
Should be, how many sets of tires do we have?
We have a few sets, right? Whatever we need to use. It's just as we build up stability and balance, we don't need the new tires. Figure out balance, then the new tires just bring everything up a notch. This usually, like throughout the run, I'd rather know what it's going to be like as it gets to this point. Selfishly, that's also what I'm going to be driving.
I think we should start the race on stickers, just to get more, like,
What's the point of not? And we're pretty close to where we're sitting second in our group right now in practice. So, and we're about a second and a half off. And it's not up first, yeah. They're in a 320. So the other cars are all 320s that we're outpacing. It's nice. It's 3 seconds faster than we came here last year right now. Ergonomics are obviously really important. Being comfortable in the car, but obviously over the course of a run, the lateral G's, longitudinal G's that you're feeling, you may not notice what's uncomfortable until you start feeling it over time. So when you've got a 90-minute, 3-hour, 6-hour, or 24 hours of Daytona, you want to make sure you're really comfortable. So a little bit of shaving and seat insert here for Tobi. He's got one additional insert compared to me just for the extra height, but now we've got a really nice, comfortable seat for both of us to fit in. Gives us a little bit more range of motion, a little more room for those shoulders, so should be good, should help us out for this race.
The car is closer to the right brake angle. There is less downforce from the road pushing the car against the bump, which is why it's smoother. This is probably, well, this is the last change we can make safely, because anything beyond this is race impact. So I've chosen to be a bit cautious so that it's a positive change. It may not be optimal, but it's better than what we have.
Qualifying is the final test of your preparations and your first chance to make an impact on your weekend. This is where you find out if you've done it all right.
Quali here at Daytona. Tobi's in the car. The starting driver usually has to qualify. We're just keeping an eye on timing and scoring right now. He just ran his best lap he's ever done here, down into the low 48s. We're hoping we can start to really creep into the 47s. To run these times with a 315 is actually really cool, considering we're still restricted and still running the older aero. So great job for him, putting us in a really good spot to start this race.
Brakes that are coming on, be conservative in your first couple laps. Okay? Second, don't get caught up trying to chase the time, especially in the first half hour. Wait for the car to get to an area where you're used to the balance, and that will be at about the 25-minute mark. Okay, in about 25 minutes, that'll be the car that we started with in the first session this morning. All right? Last and most important, have fun. Enjoy.
Race start here. Just took the green flag for our 90-minute race. Tobi's in the car starting. He just got out of the car less than an hour ago out of the LMP2 car. So we're going to try to see how long he can really run. We're trying to build that up to double and triple stint eventually for longer endurance races. So Tobi's in. He set his fastest laps in our last qualifying session. We just got to keep it clean. Keep in mind our points chase, where we are, so trying to make sure we're safe, keep that car running, got to get that finish. So 90 minutes, good starting spot. Hopefully it ends up with a really good race finish.
The team fought hard through the 90-minute nighttime enduro, taking home a 5th place finish and extending their M-Class championship lead. But more importantly, Tobi made necessary progress in the LMP3 as he prepares for his next steps to LMP2 and the Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona.
He did?
Yeah.
It looks like it's like when he just came off the bank. He just fucking snapped on it, man. What the fuck happened? You can see how it's like he's getting close, but it's like he just parks it.
Good for him. Fuck. What the fuck happened? Looks like a Billy tire coming off the banking of NASCAR 4. So then he touched the wall. Called and said he's okay. It just sucks. Does it sound like tires slapping around?
Noise. You hear a noise.
Something flapping? Yeah. I wonder if the bead maybe? Think he came off the bead? Pressures weren't that low.
Right now, just a couple laps in, 3 laps in for the
I don't know, my gut's not feeling very great right now. Remember what we were talking about already.
We have Travis Benson, Corey Freeman, the 152.
I have a feeling it suddenly came apart.
And the 173, then Michael Merritt, then Jackson.
Kind of what it sounds like on the video.
And the 06 car that came out.
Sometimes things don't go to plan, but it wouldn't be racing without a little chaos. Now with the car repaired and a new set of tires, it's almost time to start the HSR Daytona 24-Hour Classic.
Starting here in the back. This is a great group because there's Porsches represented all the way from the front to the back. So I call this the Porsche class, and we're helping represent the whole field here. Running Pirellis now because I had quite a scary moment with the Yokohamas yesterday. So running Pirellis. Hopefully that goes well.
You want to have a bit of a game plan in the back of your mind of what could happen and looking at various scenarios. One, thinking about where you're starting in the grid. Are you going to be towards the back and looking at cars ahead of you and trying to make a decision there, or are you at the front of the grid waiting for someone to try to make a move on you? If you make a mistake or if you push too hard on pulled tires, it can really cost you throughout the rest of that.
Race fans, both here at Daytona International Speedway, the world's center of racing, and those at home watching all over the world, it is time to get the 10th edition of the HSR Classic 24 Hours of Daytona presented by Mission Foods underway. Drivers, start your engines!
Anticipation so heavy, you can feel it in the air. 24 hours of racing is almost upon us. And there's nothing you can do now but watch.
And your pole sitter is the 014 car as the green flag waves. We are underway for the Classic 24-hour Group E here at Daytona International Speedway.
Prototype classes at the Rolex 24 consist of GTP and LMP2, which means Tobi has one more step to climb. Enter 2024 Daytona winning team ERA Motorsports. And in an LMP2 around Daytona, it certainly is trial by fire.
Driving is a unique experience for a lot of drivers, especially if it's their first time. To be able to see where your reference points are really, really critical. We're watching within a couple of meters. At night, a lot of that changes. Plus, you have headlights from other vehicles that cast shadows over some of those objects that really throw off your visual reference points. Making that adjustment from the 3 to the 2, feeling those nuances is really important. With the carbon ceramic brakes, your technique of braking and brake pedal pressure and getting a feel for those ceramics, getting up your temperature is a little bit different. So the driver, once you get comfortable with that chassis, is driving a very similar line, but you do have to be aware of the tech that's involved and what's going on with that car so you can maximize the equipment power.
So already drama ensuing in this Group F race. These are the fastest cars here this weekend.
12 hours down, 12 to go.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Green, 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 green. We're going.
Good morning everybody and welcome back to the Daytona International Speedway. It's a warm welcome. In fact, it's not even a warm welcome. It's a red hot welcome here in Florida. The sun is already above the horizon and the temperatures are rising. It's going to be a fabulous day to go racing, and we are concluding our Daytona Classic 24 Hours presented by Mission Foods this weekend.
And the green is waving, Joe. Off we go. Acceleration here. Porsche upon Porsche.
We're race 4, our last race of the 24-hour with the GT4 car right now. I think we're sitting second in our class. The leader pulled a big gap and then had a spin. I think the heat was coming up here this whatever time of day it is now. The sun's been coming out, temps are rising, the tires start to get a little bit greasy as they that leader pulled that big gap and then spun it in the bus stop. So they flat spotted, they ended up coming in for an extended pit stop. He's now fallen back in this race. Now the interesting thing with HSR, with the Classic 24, those 4 races are a cumulative time. So we don't know exactly where we're going to stack up. We were a little ways back from them because they extended a bit of a gap throughout the first couple races. Hopefully with any luck, this attrition might be able to get us a little bit further forward. We're hoping we can take home the class win. Justin Benedetto, he's in his own car from FEL. We've run with him before in the IMSA race, but now we're running against him. So it's getting to be a fun little battle as things shake out with all these GT4 RS Clubsport. Hopefully Colin can keep hitting his marks, putting some really strong laps as we close out this 24, and ideally we take home a class win.
Last time this weekend we got a green flag starting the final race segment, Group F. David Hannemeyer Hansen and Tobias Lutke Orica that will share the podium with these two. A car that's had a great run, actually. It's just gone round and round, hasn't it? We see that car into 3rd place overall.
Personally, when we come across the line at the end, it's just a relief, it's an enjoyment. And I like to use actually that last lap, especially on the banking, just ride the top of the banking here at Daytona, have a look around and just be happy that we're here, enjoy the scenery, enjoy all the cars. If you've made it across the line, it means it was a very successful weekend for you. That's always #1 goal, is to make it across that line. Then you can just take it in, enjoy and celebrate with guys.
Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. A mecca for those seeking the limit of speed. And this weekend, the site of a double podium for TWOtheFront drivers and an extended lead in the Prototype Challenge Championship. See you soon, Daytona.